everyone, this is Niki Rowland and today I have a layout for Hip Kit Club. I am using the beautiful December 2020 hip kits and today I'm focusing on the chipboard pieces and the acetate pieces that were in this month's kit. Yeah, acetate and chipboard today. Anyone seen that fantastic sketch and layout by Jana McCarthy? Recently? It was amazing. She has rainbow distress oxides all the way around. Anyway, I saw that layout and that sketch, and even though I haven't followed anything at all for this layout, I couldn't get that initial starting point of those spikes, if you like, out of my mind. So I had to scratch the itch and make this layout with those great kind of like a firework effect. I've made layouts like this before, some with more spokes, some less, but I really love the look. I just thought I would start off by finding the middle of my layout and drawing those spokes out from the middle. I then rub out the lines and make holes, pierce holes with a paper piercing tool and mat, and now I'm going to chain stitch through all of the holes that I've made. So just a real life funny story, I have tried to rub out the lines, but I don't have any erasers left in the house, and that's because my 2-year-old loves to chew them, and he completely chews them up and spits them out, and we find all these bits all over the floor, which is really great. But we had like a whole pack of 25, and he's destroyed every single one. There is not a single one left. So I tried a tiny one that I found in my son's pencil case. Didn't really work very well, smudged everywhere, and then I found this remains of one that he chewed, that I managed to just about use. I've ordered another set of 25 on Amazon, which will arrive tomorrow, but ridiculous, I have none left because he chews every single one, including the ones on tops of pencils. I have all these pencils with no erasers on the top. So anyway, a little real life silly funny story there. Yeah, anyway, there you go. Right, so I have made holes along all the spokes, and I'm now going to chain stitch through, and I'm going to do them in different colours. So I'm starting off with really white, and then I'm going to a light pink, then a darker pink, then a much darker pink, and then I'm moving on to mint and then teal. So I will have this kind of ombre effect. It's not ombre because it doesn't go from top to bottom, but it starts light and goes round to dark. So that's what I'm aiming for this layout. And then I'm going to have a square photo in the middle of my layout that I will be focusing on. Okay, just like magic, all my chain stitching is done. This is, an hour or so later, yeah, I've managed to stitch all of those spokes, and I'm really happy with how it's looking. I've gone for 6 strands of embroidery thread, and kept it chunky. I also kept my holes at least 1/4 of an inch, if not slightly more, apart, so I had these really big stitches. So what I've done now, I'm going to use the 2 chipboard tags from one of the chipboard sets, and I've stuck one on top of each other, and I didn't actually mean to stick them quite on top of each other the way that I did. It's lucky they look okay, but they are stuck fast. There is no moving those, those tags now. They're stuck together. So I've stuck those together. I've put some silver thread around the holes, and I'm going to stick them facing down towards the bottom of my layout, and there I'm going to add my photo. So that's going to be my placeholder, if you like, for my photo, my little square photo there that's going to go pretty much right in the middle. So I say my assignment today was to focus on chipboard and acetate, so I'm absolutely doing that. I've pulled out all the lovely acetate pieces I've got left. I've already used loads of them, so I didn't have that many left. So I've just pulled out the ones that I thought would work, and I'm placing them in kind of colour, not order, but trying to aim for colour on colour tone with the areas in which I place those pieces. So I'm not just using acetate, I'm also focusing on chipboard today too. So I'm going around and adding the acetate pieces and the chipboard pieces in the right colour areas. Okay, so I am still going here with my acetate. I've pulled out loads of the snowflakes, I've tucked them under where the photo is going to sit. I've been using lots of chipboard as well, so I've just added chipboard tag on the right of my photo. I've got the word cozy, which is a chipboard circle. Above the photo I've added the word family, again a chipboard circle. If you haven't got these kits, just to let you know that some of the chipboard has got foil accents, so both family, and then there's one I'm going to add that says happy. It's a red one, you can just see it there on the left. Both have got foiled accents on them, really lovely, really cute, and I love the way that they shimmer. The acetate pieces also are embellished with foil too, so very, very lovely shiny products this month. Okay, so I'm aiming for like a starburst effect here. So I'm aiming for all of my embellishments to be clustered tightly around the photo in the middle, and for them to be kind of look like it's exploding out towards the edges. So very concentrated in the center and less concentrated towards the edges of the layout. Oh, I should mention that I've added some acetate strips. So you know those lovely scalloped border pieces that we got in the acetate. I've added one underneath the green stitching, or the mint color, and then one on the white, which is a silver one with dots on along the white piece. That does actually get moved later on and gets put on the light pink, but yeah, so just it's really lovely acetate pieces, really gorgeous. So I've put those in there because I had to include those, of course. Okay, so I'm now adding some flowers. Now, for some reason I haven't used much of the ephemera. Normally the ephemera is what I jump to first, but I think the chipboard has just been so tempting because of course they're stickers and they're just laid out perfectly for you. You can see all of them, and you don't have to root through like you do with ephemera. Normally that doesn't affect me at all, but there was so much chipboard stickers this time that I was a bit spoiled, and having all those there were just so easy to reach for and add in. So yeah, I really have enjoyed working with the chipboard this month, and the acetate as well is so pretty, and a bit different to what I would normally use. I don't always get on that well with using acetate pieces, but these are really great because they're coloured. A lot of them are, some of them aren't, but most of them are, and they've got patterns on rather than solid, and I just love them. I just really love the way that they look. Okay, so I'm still continuing to add bits and pieces to this layout. So I've got more circles coming in from the chipboard. I've added a snowflake, a white circle with a stocking on. This photo is a December photo, a Christmassy photo. There's a Christmas tree in the background and a star of my two kiddies, or two of my kiddies. The third one wouldn't play ball. It's a lovely photo, and they're both wearing their Christmas jumpers. So this is definitely a Christmassy December layout rather than a January one. Yeah, so I'm just now going to add in some stars. As I say, there's a star in the background of my photo, so I wanted to get that added in. As in, I wanted to add in stars to because they match the star in the photo. So I'm continuing on adding in stars, like I said, trying to cluster things tightly towards the middle and have them less towards the edges. We had a whole pack of puffy stars in the December kits, so I'm using lots of those. I'm coming back in with that word happy. I really wasn't sure about using it because it's quite big, it's actually, I quite like it there, and it's such a lovely chipboard sticker as well because it's got foiled details on it. So okay, coming in with my title now. So December Festivities is my title. I wasn't quite sure what to do with this. I didn't know whether I should stick it across the middle of the photo or on one of the spokes. I probably should have put it to the one on the right of the photo, but it was the wrong colour, so it didn't really work there. So I decided to add it down here. It obviously really thickens up my spoke there. I'm not 100% happy with it there, but I do end up leaving it there in the end. I did trim it down so it wasn't quite as wide as it was initially, but even so it's probably still too thick there. It probably would have been better if it wasn't on a block and I'd done individual letters, but again, I wouldn't have had the right colour letters to go in that section. So anyway, it's there. It doesn't look horrendous. It's not my favourite piece, but it's there and it works as my title, so I'm going with it. I just felt that this layout needed a bit more clustering around the middle, and I ran out of small things in the December kit, so we've got lots of amazing things in this kit, but I don't believe there are any enamel dots or anything equivalent to that are very tiny, and we don't have any sequins this month. So I went back to November, and I pulled out the sequins that we had there. I'd already used quite a lot of them, so I didn't have loads left, and I also found a set of puffy dots that I hadn't even used one of, so I pulled out both of those with the intention of further clustering in the middle, and then smaller amounts around the edges of the layout. So I've added again the sequins. I've added kind of tone on tone in the right areas, and I've really, tightly clustered them towards the center, and they're more spread out towards the edges of the layout as we get closer towards the edges. I've also come in with some of those lovely puffy dots too. Oh, I just realised at this point I haven't added any thread. I keep trying to bump up the stuff on the left of the photo because I didn't have much white, and that's my white section of this layout. So silver is okay, that counts as white, yeah? So I have just done some twiddles of thread there, and then the first one didn't work because I put it under an acetate snowflake. That was quite by accident, but it then looked really squashed, so it didn't have the desired effect in terms of twiddles, that look loose. So I put another one in and just tucked it under the photo, so it was on top of the acetate snowflake instead of underneath it, so that worked better. And I also put a flower there too. I'm a bit disappointed with that because I've put a red flower in the white section, but do you know what, it's fine. I needed something there and I didn't have any white flowers or anything white to go there, so the red one had to do. Okay, so just getting my sequins all stuck down now using my glossy accents and paper piercing tool. I just put some glossy accents on the end of my tool, and move them out of the way, move the sequins out of the way, and then apply some of the adhesive and then move them back into position. So it actually doesn't take as long as it looks or it seems or it sounds. It's quite a quick process really. So, and then quickly give the layout a shake afterwards to make sure that I've managed to attach all of them and not missed any. Okay, coming in now with the puffy dots. And just again clustering as much towards the middle as I can, and then a few around the scattered ones around the outside edges of the layout, but mostly clustered into the middle. So I have this real explosion from all coming out from my photo. It's all coming together. I'm nearly there. I just also wanted to add some splatters to this layout for exactly the same reason. So to have some more clustering, more details around the middle of the layout and not so much around the edges. So the splatters we're going to add to that. Now I've used a really small paintbrush. I got a new set of paintbrushes recently and I've picked out a small one, and it gave me really fine splatters, and I love the look. I really love the look. So you can't see it on the camera now, they're too tiny, but if you look closely in the close-ups you might be able to see them, and that gave me a really good extra amount of detail in the middle of the layouts rather than the edges. Anyway, so I decided I was done, and then I remembered that in the kit was a set of white puffy leaves and flowers and things. Now they must have been hiding under something because I'd forgotten that I'd got them, so I had to go searching through my kit to find them. They were stuck between some pattern papers, so I then decided to add some more of those white puffies to my white section of the layout, and now it's complete. Okay, so there is my finished layout. I hope you've enjoyed it. It didn't quite turn out as I was hoping, but I like it. It's okay. Not my favourite, but not too bad. And I say I focused on the chipboard and the acetate pieces, which are absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget that if you are a Hip Kit Club subscriber, you get the main kit at a reduced price, 15% discount off all add-on kits, and you get access to exclusive subscriber cut files. Okay, thank you so much for watching me. That was Niki Rowland for Hip Kit Club.